All right, so we spent the night here at the salvage yard, and we got up at the butt crack of dawn. So let's get going. So last time we talked about the power armor suit that was over there. I'm not going to take that. Because, you know, there's a fun in that. But we are going to head over in this direction here. Now there is some interesting stuff in this field here. As you can see, there's quite a few mole rats over here. Now there's actually something here. Some kind of murder scene. But there's some good loot to be had here. So a shotgun shell, it's a gun, and there's a bag here. Now what appears in this bag is random. This time all we got is some ammo and a crappy gun. And then there's some settlers here. Now, these are, you know, random. So, you might get good stuff, you might get trash. But it's another opportunity. Ooh, squirrel bits. Yeah. Now we can make some squirrel stew. See, if you get lucky, you get some squirrel bits, you can make squirrel stew. The squirrel bits is the hardest part to find. There's another shack over here. There it is. This is the one thing you find a lot of over here on the edges. Is weird stashes like this with grisly murder scenes.
Nice.
There we go, some Radaway. Much needed Radaway. There we go. More squirrel bits. Nice. See, there's a lot of opportunities out here to find random stuff, and sometimes you find really good stuff. This is another one of those scavengers I was telling you about, but this particular shack is a point of interest to me because I happen to know that this guy's got some booze in there. Oh, there he is. He's over here. Let's see what he's got here. Ooh, he's got a bunch of leather stuff. Yeah, let's go ahead and equip all that. I do love the Road Warrior look. Don't need two of those. You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and drop some of this other stuff. Now let's take a look at what we got. And booyah, our first and second bottle of whiskey. I don't see how it's still owned if the owner's dead, but okay. Where'd he go? Look at that. 3 bottles of whiskey. I love this shack. And as I mentioned before, whiskey is a very important component of Great Mentats. So we are well on our way to getting that Great Mentats. I believe right over there, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, that is Ten Pines Bluff. I guess I'm too low a level, they didn't spawn. Usually there's some Mirelurks in this pool. There's 2. But nothing this time. Okay, now here's another point of interest. There is a shack right here with a bunch of free stuff in it. Day Tripper. Now, Day Tripper is another thing that we can use to boost our charisma. Typically, I swing up here to collect the items from this shack when I'm clearing out Outpost Zimonja, which is nearby. I believe it's just on the other side of these rocks, in fact. Yep, there it is. There's Outpost Zimonja. Now on this hill over here, there's another little tiny pond that I believe has some nuclear waste in it that's kind of radioactive, so you want to be careful over here. Right there. Yeah, you don't want to get too close to that. Looks like we're not the only ones exploring the border marches. Now this is something you want to look out for when you're exploring. Abandoned campsites pop up all over the place. And you'll sometimes just get a toolbox like this. Sometimes you'll get an ammo chest or an explosives crate. Great place to look for free stuff. What have we here? I think that might be one of the Atom Cats.
Just the part I was looking for. The guys back at the garage are gonna flip. Nothing else to find here. This hunk of junk is picked clean, Daddy-o.
That's disappointing.
Ain't that a bite? We got lots more back at the garage if you want to trade, though. You seem like a cool cat. You should check out our digs. Our machines are something to see, Jack.
You know, surprisingly, I find Duke in the border marches frequently. Most often, I find him back over in here. There's a car just in the bushes there near one of the power lines, and he's just over there looking at the car. And I don't know why he comes out this far. But he will put the Atom Cat's garage. Look how far he is from the garage, and he came all the way up here. He crossed nearly the entire map. But now we know where the Atom Cat's garage is, and we can start that whole little mini quest line. There's not a whole lot to it. You just go and help them with a few things. They'll send you over to the, what's that farm at the sewage treatment plant that smells terrible, but it's got real fertile soil. See, here's some more of these silt beans. The border marchers are very plentiful with silt beans. Look at this. We made it all the way to Recon Bunker Theta. Yep. Now, Recon Bunker Theta is a Brotherhood of Steel related quest. The last member of the Lost Recon team is in there, and you can't get in until you find the holotapes that's got the password in them.
Shut the fuck up a second. Hang back time, boogeyman. Hell yeah.
Now, see who they killed. Ooh, a newsboy cat. Is this, no, it's one charisma. We can do better. What do we have? For the right arm, now we have the left arm. Collect some of these while we're over here. This little valley right here, which let me show you, is right at the point of this lake. And this whole valley is lined with both hub flowers and the blood leaves. I've never come over here at level 2 before, so this is a little bit of a new experience for me. Usually there's a Mirelurk Queen over here, which obviously I can't possibly take. But I was going to have the Mirelurk Queen distract the bear so I could run along. But we are coming up on something. I would prefer to come in here at night, but we don't really have a choice. I mean, I suppose we could pass north of it. We went pretty far south there. So let me head back north. We are getting into an area here that is part of one of my favorite quest lines. Parsons Creamery, and then right over there is Parsons Insane Asylum. And oh, I wish I could remember what that one's called, but so each of these has some interesting stuff in them. This one has usually 3 raiders in it. I don't know if they're here yet because they're quest related. They might not be here. They're not here yet. Good.
Don't think I can pick this.
That's alright. I'm only level 2. With these kinds of buildings, you always want to check on the roofs. I don't know how this boat got up here, but there's always stuff to find in the weirdest spots. Here we go. See, look at this.
Nice.
Aluminum is good. You need that to upgrade. Well, it's mainly for paint jobs and power armor. That's what I use it for. All right. Move along. What? There's so many things that I thought were going to happen on this run that I guess because I'm only level 2 aren't happening. So many creatures that aren't spawning. I wonder if... Now, this crossing here, this is another encounter that I'm typically like level 20 when I get over here. I hate that. Oh, they are there. Okay, cool, cool, cool. So this is an encounter. Those three guys right there are going to demand that you pay the toll to pass. And at higher levels, they might actually be gunners, or I've even seen Nuka World gangs over here. I've seen the operators, and I've seen the pack over here. But we're just going to go around them because those guys can absolutely whoop me, and I don't have another shot with my mini nuke. With my fat man. Alright. I didn't anticipate that this particular episode was going to have a whole lot of stuff. I figured, and was very accurate, that it was going to be a lot of walking with very little action, because I know what's out here. There's not a whole lot. But where I want to end is coming up right over here. The Nakano residence. Now, we all know what the Nakano residence is. This is where you go to start the Far Harbor DLC.
Damn it! Come in! I know you're listening on the other end. Where is she? Where is my daughter?
I did not know that you could just come over here and start this.
What? Who are you? I'm sorry, but we don't have time for visitors or caravans or wherever you're from.
I heard the shouting. You sound like you need help.
A good Samaritan? Fine. I'm out of options anyway, if you want to hear about it. My daughter is missing. It all started with this damn radio.
Our daughter Kasumi likes to fix things. The radio was her latest project.
Until she made contact with some kidnapper who lured her away from us.
Or maybe she left on her own. She's not a child anymore. Our daughter is 19. She knows how to survive, and she's capable. I think maybe she left because she wanted her own life.
No. She would have told us where she was going. She would have said something. I know my daughter is in danger. I can feel it. Find her, please.
I'll find her. Don't you worry.
Thank you. Her room is upstairs if that helps. And if you had any more questions about her, just ask.
Right, so for the most part, you can just take stuff in here and they don't care. This coffee tin, nothing there. Another coffee tin. Some more Abraxo. There's a lot of useful stuff in the Nakano residence here. All these little holotapes that you see around, they're part of story, and I recommend listening to it if you want to hear the story and the plot and her thoughts as she works through different projects and stuff. But you don't really need to pick up any of them. There's one under the bed here. There's one on the table here. They are purely for story. I'll take the screwdriver. Now I pick up these tools because you could sell them to that chubby guy in Vault 88 for 15 caps each. If you got a big stack, you know, I've gone in there and walked out with $5 grand. A lot of people overlook the other parts of the Nakano residence. And there's little details too, like right over here. One of the things that Kasumi was distraught about was the passing of her grandfather that she had a strong relationship with. Combination wrench here, and there's a holotape for Granddad, and this is his grave. We'll go over here and kick off this quest real quick. It's really easy. All you do is you come in here, you grab the key that's in the picture frame. You unlock this safe, and there's a note here that tells you to look in the picture frame. And you get 2 rolls of tape. You could tell that she's kind of a MacGyver type because she's got all these tools and duct tape and... And then there's, of course, this shack over here. Now, at the very end of the quest, this is something I didn't know about, but there's actually stuff buried under this plank. And at the end of the quest, you come back here. And I didn't used to come back. I used to, when she left, and I just finished the Far Harbor DLC, and that was it. If you come back and talk to the Nakanos after she comes home, he tells you that you can have all his grandfather's, or his father's stuff. And there's underneath that metal plate, like, a bunch of loot buried, and it's leveled loot. So, at higher levels, you get, like, you know, a 50 cal sniper rifle. And then, I like to come over here, because inside of this boat is one of the few guaranteed locations for rum. Boom. And this respawns. Right, so... we are about as far in this direction as we can get. Am I even on the map anymore? Must be off the map. It must be up here somewhere. Because I don't even see our pointer anymore. Yeah, I gotta be up here somewhere. So, I think this is a good spot to stop this episode. This was a more chill episode, not a whole lot going on. But we did make it all the way out to the ocean here. So... on the next episode, we're going in the water. But that's it for now. Until next time, thanks for checking out my channel. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and I will see you guys next time. Bye.